Can Zeke deke again? I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. In with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that later. 22 yards there, a first down. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive?
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Prescott escaping the pressure right. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and it's 3rd and short.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that, because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play, but end up losing you.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Fielded about a yard deep. Net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
The wide receiver Tyler Lockett continues to improve as a route runner and a playmaker downfield. But let's not forget his main use, kick returner. Knows how to break open a game in that area as well.
Taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
On 1st down. Another 1st down and more. The 30. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you.
And oh, it's blocked. And the Cowboys pick up. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50. But he will not be able to bring this one back in the extra point attempt. Unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing. We had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say 1st quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax.
Whoa. Bad move. Turn sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick?
Because they were comped up to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got his big tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also one away, let your defense take over with better field position.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Here are the starters defensively for the Cowboys. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
I got you. Take 4, take 4.
On a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. We own it.
Wilson have to play. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw it in. Snead's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense, what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I think with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that they're a guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now taking downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Prescott on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw it, Wilson. This is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Pick up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all. Week-long pointing out to their defense. Their defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the 29, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and it often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Just like that. Just like that.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the 9th. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Wilson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. It's 1st down, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Well, he gets attended to. We'll stay. Now Rashad Penny, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, here's Penny. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. The shotgun. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can see.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. RG3 keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. So a fake field goal run in for the touchdown. That can be a huge momentum.
And that's got to drive a defensive coach and a special teams coach crazy. Someone else running it in on a fake field goal when you're supposed to be alert for it. Terrific play by the offense. Not so much by the defense.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, they get downfield and create extra blocks for him.
They really are. And that's caught inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to regain the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him and do the rest.
He probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. On second down, it's Carson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That's complete to Disley, tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Mike. 380. 65.
On first down, Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
51.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They'll try to move forward with Penny, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as they have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Elliott running right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 47 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who can run it, created some space, and he got there.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Elliott.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Check 3. 46, 46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
Is under review.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Carson. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Got to say, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
Leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott from the gun. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The kickoff tee field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think? Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated well. Pick six going the other way.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now it's Wilson. It's complete to Snead. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Short throw to Dissler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Wilson on first down. Short throw to Dissler. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a third. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Hey, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 14-7, the final score. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. 31-10 was the final score. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. 19-13 was the final score. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back in.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. This is Carson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Second 10 now, Wilson.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
We'll throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott buying time to his left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first first down. Executed it to perfection. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Prescott off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, what a move. Oh, able to avoid him. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 46-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And they'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Boy, nowhere to go at all. That 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, he's going to air one. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott down. A dump off to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop right around the 25. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run again with Carson. And he's got some space here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So he visits pay dirt for a second time. Unfortunately, they're still down on the big board.
And I wonder what's going through his mind right now. Playing hard, making big plays. That wasn't a small run by any stretch of the imagination either. To find the end zone for the second time, yet his team still down. They need more of that from him and a little help from the defensive guys.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
There's Prescott. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go one more.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 31, Prescott. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do. And look at this. It's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Here's Carson, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Wilson's pass complete to DK Metcalf.
Now Myers for the extra point.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Cowboys 63.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again. We're going to look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. On 2nd down, Prescott again. They'll set up screen to Elliott. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Cooper was the intended target. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, team.
At the 29-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here's Wilson. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First down.
Watch the run. Watch out.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go again.
Again, it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Myers' kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That would complete to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And it's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throwing is Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 1. 2:13 remaining. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down.
No. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyrone Crawford able to record his 5th sack of the season. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. To try again after the sack. Prescott. And got his man complete. A big play here for the Cowboys. 51 yards.
29. Mike 29.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Prescott to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the red zone now, Prescott flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Hey, 47. 46.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Elliott. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
It's 3rd and goal.
We're going to 53.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cowboys, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.